Alright guys, so this is the very first question for today's session, and this is going to be a warm-up question for all of you. Once we are going to get the answer for this particular question along with the explanation, we'll move to the next question. So right now I'm just waiting for a few more participants to join the session. Once we are going to have others, then we'll move to the next question. Let's just wait for a few more participants to join the session and then we'll move to the next one. We have Siddharth said, hi Siddharth, thanks for joining. Siddharth, till the time others are joining, you can try this question, just give it a try. We need to solve for the value of x. Siddharth, here triangles are isosceles, base angle must be equal. Yes, you are right. As the triangles are isosceles because radius are same, right? So both of the triangles here are isosceles triangle and their base angle must be equal. You are right. Then what about the value of x? X plus 40 is equals to 65 plus 65, external angle property. Yes, Siddharth, you are right. Then all of the explanation, whatever the explanation you are giving, it's correct. So what is the final answer? The final answer is going to, now solving this expression, we can already have the final answer. So x is equal to 75. You are right. Only one of the user is here. I can see that more than 30 participants are there right now, but I can see only one user to give the answers. Lalit is here. Hi Lalit, thanks for joining. Alright guys, I think I'm just waiting for few more participants to answer this question because this is just a warm-up question. So anyone with any other approach, like Siddharth has used external angle property, let's just wait for few more participants to give the answer for this one, and then we'll move to the next question. Let's see how many of you can answer this. Six people voted for yes and no, but only one is answering. Alright, we have 1, 2. It is 90, not 75. 90. X is not 90, guys. You need to check your logic. If you are saying it as 90, then just let me know how you are getting it as 90. Right? If you are saying so, then let me know how it is 90 degree. That black dot is representing the center of the circle. We have 90, 90, 90. Yes. Second is 50, so 90. Assuming that's the diameter. Yes. Okay, now I can see. Guys, you are giving the answer, but no one is giving the correct explanation. I'm looking for the correct explanation. Just give me the correct explanation. Alright guys, why 75? Okay, let's see. I'm going to give the explanation. We have wasted so much of time. We'll move to the next question. Just give me let me give you the explanation. These triangles are, for sure we know these are isosceles triangle. Okay, let's just focus on this triangle only. 90. Guys, for those who are giving the answer as 90, I want to know the explanation. Guys, don't just give the answers only, right? So if this is 65, this is also going to be 65, correct? Now we can use the exterior angle property. So this x plus 40 is going to be equal to the sum of these two angles, or we can solve for this angle also, and using the straight angle property we can solve for this. So if I'm going to use the angle sum property, this can get solved easily, right? This would be 50, and using the property of the straight lines, so x plus 40 plus 50 is going to be 180, and your answer for x is going to be 90 degree. So for those who are giving the answer as 90 degree, they all are correct, but the thing is no one has given the correct explanation. Jashin is also here, Dayal Singh, Aditya Verma, yes. Alright guys, this was an easy one for all of you, I think. Let's move to the next question and let's see how many of you can answer this. I'm going to give you the next question. Just give me a minute. Let's see how many of you can answer this one. Wait a sec. Let's have this one. I hope it is clearly visible to each one of you, or let me just arrange the screen for you guys. Okay. We have this next question in which we need to solve for the value of theta. We need to solve for the value of theta here. And I don't need the answer, guys. This time please make it sure that you guys are not going to give the answers only. Fusion is correct, Olivier is correct, but I need the explanation, guys. Along with the answer, I need the explanation. So don't just give the answers directly. Give the explanation along with the answers. That's going to matter. Varun is correct. Guys, there are so many users. I can't take the names of everyone. I hope you guys can understand. Now this is the next question. Let's see how many of you can answer this. Once I will receive at least like 3 to 4 users to give the correct answer along with the correct explanation, then we'll move to the next question. We need to solve for this angle. Wait a minute. Let me just highlight this theta angle we need to solve for. This angle is already given to us, 112. We do need to solve for this theta. This GH is a tangent, H is the point of tangency. Everything is given to you. It has been more than 1 minute, guys. It is 56 degree, but I will give explanation. Yes, Heavenly, sure. Okay, we have one user who has given the answer and he is going to give the explanation soon. Yes, Kogni Walks, you are right. I am Logic Witch. Both are my channels. How did you get to know about this channel? Shivim, you are right. Okay, it came to your recommendation. All right. Shivim, you are right, but answer, I don't need the answer. I need the explanation. Okay, we Heavenly has given the correct explanation. I think already 56 is the correct. Aditya Verma. Afan is saying, guys, correct answers are not required. I need the explanation. Angle C is equals to 112. Yes, you are right. Heavenly, your explanation is correct. So do your answer is also correct. Afan is here, Shivnim is here. You, Afan, you are not the new user to my channel. I think you are aware of it that we need to give the explanation along with the answer, right? But let's leave it here. I'm going to give the explanation now. From the next question onwards, you guys can give the answer for the next questions. Okay, now let's see. There are multiple approaches for these kind of questions, but I'm going to give you the simplest one, right? Let's see. As we know that, as Cognivaux has already mentioned that theorem that I was just about to say, that is, this is theta. So this is going to be 2 theta, right? Because these are the angles subtended by the arc at the circumference. This is at the circumference, it is theta. Then at the center, it is going to be the double of the theta. So it's going to be 2 theta. Clear? Now, if I'm going to look on this quadrilateral, this one, this quadrilateral is nothing but it has the property of the cyclic quadrilateral. However, it is not a cyclic quadrilateral. Thinking about the property that all of the point of the cyclic quadrilateral lies on the circumference of the circle, but the property which says that the opposite angle of the cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary, it follows it. So it behaves as a cyclic quadrilateral. So using that theorem, this exterior angle is directly equal to this angle at the center, right? Because there is a theorem that the for cyclic quadrilateral, exterior angle of the cyclic quadrilateral is equal to the angle between the alternate segment. So angle between the alternate segment is 2 theta, and this is equal to the exterior angle. So directly I can write that 2 theta is equal to 112, and on solving I'll be getting theta is 56 degree directly. So you need not to solve for these angles. Like all of you might be solving for this angle and then this angle, then they are getting the theta. But we can approach like this also. However, your answers are correct, so thanks for that. All right, guys, let's just move to the next question and let's see how many of you can solve that one. Okay, give me a minute. Let's have this one. This is going to be from the algebra. So we have 2 of the equations we can see, and we need to solve for this value 2xy. Buddhima has given the correct answer. Mystery is right. Mystery correct. Cognivaux is right. All right. This is the next question, guys. Now let's come to this question. Again, I'm telling you guys that there are multiple approaches to this question also. I just want all of you to participate for this particular question and share your views, share your explanation along with the correct answers. We need to solve for 2xy. Cognivaux says 7 by 2. Alright, Aditya Verma also says 7 by 2, but I'm not going to consider this, guys, until unless you're not going to share your approaches. I'm not asking for the step-by-step explanation. I'm asking for a point only, like brief. We can say a brief intro only about how you did that. Mobility after so long, he's here. Put log on both sides. Okay. Add them and divide. Okay, that is also log. Using the log property, I think Cognivaux is going to the one person only who has used the log property. Maybe other may are not using that. They are just making the basis same and using, yes, log base 2. I got you, Cognivaux. Mobility is here. Random dude guy, his explanation and answers is correct. That's good to see, guys. Thanks for your participation and all. I'm just going to give a brief intro about this because just let you know about the equation. So this 16 can be rewritten as 2 raised to power 4, and this 8 can be rewritten as 2 raised to power 3. So comparing, as the bases are same, we can compare the powers directly. So we'll be getting equations as x plus y is equals to 4. This is the one of the equation, and x minus y is equal to 3 directly. Now using these two equations, you can solve for x and y, right? You can either square them and find the difference. You will get the 4xy directly, and you can use the substitution or elimination method, whatever you want to use, right? Elimination method would be better. So your x is going to be, if you are going to use solve for x and y, then x is going to be 7 by 2 and y is going to be 1 by 2. Prabhas has already mentioned, so that is correct. Random, yes, you are right. We can either take log also. There are multiple approaches. Like I formed these two equations, and even after forming these two equations, we can approach this for the question in different ways. We can add them, we can take square and find the difference of them and directly get 4xy. So many ways are there. Let's have the next question, guys, and let's see how many of you can solve for this one. We are given with the circle. I think this is pretty much visible to each one of you. Give me a minute, let me just adjust it. Yes. We do have this. There is a circle we can see, and you guys need to solve for the radius of the circle. Length of the few segments is already given to you, and we need the value of r. Random guy has already given the answer along with the explanation. That's a bit fast, and I love that approach. Thanks for that comment, but I'm just waiting for a few more participants to give answers, so that if we can get any other approach, if they can mention any other approach. Cognivox is right, answer is correct. I think you are still answering for the previous question. We are at the next question right now. How is your explanation is correct for the previous question? Thanks for that. You can refresh your stream, I think. Cognivox has used Pythagorean theorem. That is also correct. We can use that. That approach is also correct. Cognivox is right. Alright, that's more than enough, Cognivox. Once you are given with the equation, I already told that just give the introductory steps. The first step is required. We need not to give entire steps. I hope each one of you are aware of the mathematics, the simple mathematics, how to calculate, how to make the equation, how to simplify the equation. So that much explanation is enough. Anyone else? We have only 2 of the users out of, there are more than 250 concurrent viewers right now, and out of 250 only 2 of the user has given the correct answer and along with the correct approach. So I'm just waiting for 2 to 3 more comments, and then we'll move to the next one. No one? Guys, there is no one to comment further. I think more than 250 users using Pythagorean theorem. Get it, sir, it took a lot of time. Okay, Shivnam. Okay, I'm going to give the explanation. Look, I'm not going to use the Pythagorean theorem, I'll be using the same approach which is mentioned by one of the user, that is random do. So if I'm going to extend these two lines, right, this is going to form intersecting chords. So what I'm going to do, if this is 8, we know this is also going to be 8, because we know there is a theorem that if radius are perpendicular to the chord, it bisects the chord. So if this is 8, this is also going to be 8. Let's now take this part as x. Now we do have the theorem for the intersecting chord inside the circle, that the product of the segments are equal, right? So 16 into x is equals to 8 into 8. So 16 into x is 16x, is equal to 8 into 8 is equal to 64. So from here I'll be getting x as 4. Once your x is 4, you can see this x is 4. So diameter is going to be how much? This is going to be 16 plus 4, 20. So your diameter is 20, then the radius is going to be half of it. Radius is going to be 10 directly, right? Yes, we can use similar triangle. We have so many of approaches, right? Shivnam is already correct. Let's move to the next question, guys. I think most of you are now participating when I have given the explanation already. Let's see how many of you can do this one. This property is valid because the chords are intersecting inside the circle. Prabhas, I have already uploaded the video solution of this question. You can go through that. You can just go through my channel. There is a post tab, and within the post tab you will find the link of the video. Like if there is a circle and the chords are getting intersected inside the circle, then the product of the segments are equal. It is valid for every like pair of chords. Okay, this is the next question in which we need to solve for the value of x. I think let me just fix it. This is now visible properly. Okay, what is given to us that Shan says hi Shan. Okay, CB, CD and FE, these are the tangents. CB this, CD this, and FE this, all of them are the tangents. Now you, keeping that in mind, you need to solve for the value of x. Ragna is here and who says 45, I guess. Guys, don't give me the answers only. Aditya, I'm telling you this from so long. I think you are the only one who is just giving the answers only. No, you have mentioned the explanation for the previous question. That's okay. I'm waiting for the correct answer along with the correct explanation, as no one has given the explanation for this answer. Now Aditya says a big angle A is equal to 120. Big angle A is equals to 120. Okay, the entire angle is 120. All right. Afan has given the answer. Aditya has given the answer. Small angle is okay. You are just giving the measures, but no reasons for how you are getting it as 120 or how you are getting it as 75. Okay, that's fine. I'll explain that. Ragna says yes, you are right. Correct. Correct. Okay, we have only 3 users who has given, Aditya and Ragna. Heavenly also has mentioned. Is EF also tangent? Yes, this is written here. EF is also a tangent. This point D, this point E, and this point B, they all are the point of tangencies. Lalit got it already. Wow. Alright, guys. Great. Siddharth says 45. Siddharth, I am expecting explanation from at least 4 to 5 users who are going to comment first. I need the explanation from their side, right? So you can see that every one of them has given the explanation. So now it's time for me to give the explanation for this particular question. Let's see. For those who are not getting it, they can have a look here. Look, as these are the tangents, right? I'll come to that point later. First of all, let's see this one. This AEB F, this one, this would act as a cyclic quadrilateral only because the opposite, as these are tangents, so these angles must be right angles, right? So opposite angles are supplementary, so we can use the property that this exterior angle of the cyclic quadrilateral is equal to the angle formed by the alternate segments, right? So this is the angle between the alternate segments. So if this is 75, this is also going to be 75. Now look here, we have this entire angle as x plus 75. This is nothing but 120 only, right? Or what you can do, that this angle 60 degree and this x plus 75, they both are supplementary, because there is a theorem which says the angle between the tangents intersecting outside the circle, the angle between the tangent is supplementary to the angle between formed by the radius of the circle at the center, right? So this x plus 75 plus that 60 is going to be equal to 180, because supplementary angles sum up to 180 degree, right? So using that, you can solve for the value of x, which is going to be 45 degrees. So your x is 45 degree, and I hope that is clear to every one of you. Ragman says 45, but Ragman, you didn't mention your explanation. Random dude has given the explanation. Cognitive has given the correct explanation. Okay. So guys, 45 was the right answer. I think one of you has given the answer as 10. 10 is incorrect, guys. Let's just move to the next question. Let's see how many of you can solve that. Give me a minute. Let's have this one. No, this one is good, very easy. I don't want to give this one. Let's have this one. Yes, Cognivos, it's supplementary. I have mentioned that. It's okay. I got you. Okay, maybe that person whose name is Nate. Nate, you are at the previous question. We are not at that question. You need to like refresh your live screen. We have this next question, guys, in which we need to solve for the value of angle XYZ. This is the angle that we need to calculate. Angles are already mentioned correctly. We need not to give any other thing. I'm not going to give any other hint. This angle 35 is representing the arc measure of ux. This arc measure is 35 degree. This is vz, which is 80 degree, and you need to solve for angle xyz. Yes, angle xv, angle xvu. No. That doesn't mean. Okay, guys, wait. Don't give the answers only. First of all, let me explain this concept to you guys, because most of the time you guys mess up with this. This 35 is nothing but the angle measure of this arc, which is ux, and this 80 is the angle measure of this arc, which is vz or zb. What that means actually, this means that the angle subtended by this arc at the center is going to be 80 degrees. So if this is 80 degree, this is also going to be 80 degree. That's what it means. I hope that is clear to every one of you now. Now you guys can continue. UV is the diameter. Yes, Ragman. UV is obviously UV is the diameter, as O is going to be the center. O is the center. Now you guys can do. Now you guys can give it a try, I think. Shibam, Is it Shibim? So I'm not interested in like 180 minus 57.5. No one is going to get Shibim that how you are getting 57.5. 65 is incorrect. Ragaman 130 is incorrect. 100 is incorrect. I'm not going to reveal the correct answer because all of you are going to give the wrong answer. I know this for sure. XVO is equal to random. Your answer is correct. Don't worry about that. I'll give you 2 to 3 approaches for this one. You need not to do this much of calculation for this particular question. Those who are attending my live session from the very first day, so they can get it very easily, I think. Yes, Cogniworks, now you are right. Raghavan is correct. Okay, that's great. Good to see that now you are back. You are onto the right track. Yes, Raghavan, you are right. You can do that too. I'm going to show you. Don't worry. Let's see, guys. What we can do actually, I'm going to edit this one first. Like, let me just erase this to give a better view to make you guys understand it in a better way. Now see. We have these are acting like an intersecting chords inside the circle, right? Now we do have a theorem which says if there is a circle and the two chords intersecting inside the circle, then the angle formed at intersection, this angle formed at an intersection is going to be half of the sum of the intercepted arcs, half of the sum of these arcs, right? So these arcs are 35 and 85. If you are going to use these arc only 35 and 80, then you can solve for this particular angle. So 80 plus 35 and half of it is going to be how much? You can answer this, right? Yes, 57.5 is right. So once this is 57.5, you can solve for this angle using linear pair property. This is the first approach. Now other approach, if you want to solve for it directly, then what else you can do? As you know that this was representing the diameter. So this much portion is going to be of 180 degree for sure, right? And this also is this upper portion, upper arc is also going to give me the sum as 180 degree. This was 35. This was 80. So you can solve for this particular arc also. This is going to be 65. Now using the same property that I have mentioned here, you can solve this angle directly. Half of 180 plus 65. Half of 180 plus 65 is going to give you the angle directly. 180 plus 65 is going to be 245 and half of it is going to be 122.5. So angle XYZ is nothing but 122.5, and I hope that is clear to every one of you. 122.5 is the right answer, guys. Adarshkar 57.5 is for this angle. We have solved that. We need to solve for XYZ. We need not to. Yes, you use the triangle property. I can see that most of the people has used that. Priyanshu 130 was not the right answer. Okay. I hope it is clear to you guys. Shall we move to the next question then? If it is clear, if anyone is having any doubt, Oh, all right, guys. Let's give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Let's have this one. That is also correct, Cognio. This is geometry, and the beauty of geometry is this only, that we can have multiple approaches. That's why I usually say that please share your approach so that everyone else can learn from your approaches and we can learn multiple approaches from the comments. This is the next question, guys. You need to simplify this. This is not going to be difficult for you guys if you are aware of the basics of the factorials. We just need to simplify this. So I'm just waiting for the correct answers along with the correct explanations. Hello, Sunny says 15. Okay, but what about the explanation, Sunny? Explanation is needed. Okay, Cognivox has given something. Okay, but what would be the answer? Final answer is going to be 32. Adarshkar is saying 32. Okay, but no explanation is here. 35 by 2. Okay, guys, I think you just mistyped something random. You can check your answer. Your explanation was correct, but answer is wrong. Sunny, it's not representing combination actually. 15 is incorrect. Shivnim, no, that's incorrect. Okay, I can see that most of you guys are not aware of this logic of triplets and doublets. I'll give the explanation directly then, guys. Okay, let's see. I think most of you are aware of it. 35 by 4, yes. 5 factorial is nothing but we rewrite it as 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is 5 factorial, right? I think all of you are aware of it. No, Sunny, it's not. Now, please look here. 5 factorial is 5 into 4 into 3 into 1. We have 1 factorial, so the value get reduced by 1 every time, right? Now, if I'm talking about 7 factorial, the value will get reduced above 3 values because we are having triplets here. So it's going to be like 7, starting from 7, then 7 minus 3, 4, then 4 minus 3, 1. So for this, we have 7 into 4 into 1. And similarly, for doublets, we are going to reduce it by 2 every time. So 8, double factorial of 8 is going to be 8 into 6 into then minus 2, 4, then 4 minus 2, 2, then 2 minus 2 is 0 factorial, and we know 0 factorial is nothing but 1 only. So the answer is how, if I'm going to simplify it, keeping the values all over here, the 7 factorial is going to be 7 triple factorial is going to be 7 into 4 only. Upon 8 factorial is 8 into 6 into 4 into 2 into 5 factorial is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2. Now you can simplify this and your answer is going to be 35 by 4. In fraction or in decimal, it's going to be 8.75. So both are correct, right? I hope it is clear. I want to change 8.75. 8.75 is the right answer already, Ashkar, I think. Okay, Heavenly is correct. Yes, Heavenly, you are right. Sunny, 41 by 8 is incorrect. I hope this is now clear to you. Shashi Kaladhara, is this your first comment, Shashi? Because I didn't get any explanation from your side. You are just writing yes or no or next comment. No, you participated in the previous question. Okay, all right, let's have the next question, guys. Let's see how many of you can solve that. Give me a minute. Let's have this. This is definitely going to take time. We need to solve for the value of x, guys. Refresh your screen. I hope it is visible to every one of you. Yes, it's visible. Wait. Yes. We need to solve for the value of x. And what we are given with, these angles already. You can see this 115. That is given to us. This 65 angle is given, and this B is a point of tangency. This F is also point of tangency. Let's see how many of you can solve this. This is definitely going to take your time, I think. Hi, Fefi. आदर्श इस बार पूरा दिमाग लगा दूंगा. ओके. Take your time. Guys, what happened? It has been 2 minutes already. We have Swarit Patel says 50 degree. Random is here who will give the answer, and along with the explanation. That's commendable. Let me just go through it. OFD is 75, DF is 15. Okay, that's also correct. Is that same angle C which is 65? No. I will go for calculated tukka, which is 50. So 50 is just a tukka only, so it's not a correct answer. Guys, there are multiple approaches. One of the approach is already shared by random. Okay, I'm not going to waste that much of time on this problem, because if we'll keep on, I feel like I'm still missing a better solution. Yes, you are missing a better solution, and I'm going to give you the next approach. That is incorrect, Adarsh. I already mentioned 50 is incorrect. Okay, let's see. Guys, right onto the screen. Let's see. You guys can easily solve for this angle. I think this is 50° for sure. If we are going to consider this triangle only, this is an exterior angle, and we know that exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two interior angles. So this is 65, this is going to be 50. One angle is done. I'm not going to give you the three approaches, 3 to 4 approaches are there, but I'm not, each of them are going to require some construction work. I'll be using the approach which don't need any construction. So look here now, this is 50. If I'm going to see this angle, this 50 is the angle between this chord, this is a chord, and this is a tangent. Angle between chord and tangent is 50. So if this is 50, then this arc is going to be double of it. There is a theorem which says the same. So if this is 50, this arc measure is going to be 100°. Simple. Now see the next thing. If I'm going to talk about this angle, this is 115, which is nothing but on this ends. It ends are F and B are the end of this angle, right? So if this is 115, the angle at the circumference, then the angle subtended by the same arc at the center is going to be double of it. So I told you in the previous question that the angle, this arc is nothing but the same as the angle subtended by the arc at the center. So this entire arc is going to be double of 115, which is going to be 230. So we have everything, right? We have this much part from here to here, this is 230. From here to here it is 100. We can solve for this remaining portion. Considering the entire circle as 360° complete angle, this portion is going to be of 30° only. Now see, I'm going to erase everything else. Let's keep this much portion only. Let's see. Now there is a theorem which says if there is a circle and it has two intersecting secants or one secant or one tangent, it is applicable for everything, right? It says at intersection the angle is going to be, here it is x, right? This angle x is going to be half of the difference between these intercepted arcs. These intercepted arcs are, these are the intercepted arcs. So for this x, intercepted arcs are 230 and this angle is 30. So x is going to be how much? X is going to be half of 230 and this 30. So which is going to be 200 divided by 2. So this is going to give you 100 as your answer. So this is the another approach, and I hope it is clear to every one of you. And if you guys have never heard about this theorem, you will get to know if you are going to attend my sessions regularly, because we keep on discussing these kind of problem every day. So just missed what did you missed? You missed the theorem only? Welcome Shashi. Adarsh, are you facing any doubt or any problem in the solution? Let me know, or else we can move to the next question directly. Shall we move to the next? I said 50, but it's 15 to 2. Okay, so you got this concept now. That's what matters right now. Okay, let's see. Let's have the next question, guys. Okay, let me just give you this one. This is going to be easy for you guys. I hope. I'm expecting answer from every one of you for this particular question. Let's just refresh your screen so that you can, the question is going to get visible for all of you. Let's see how many of you can solve this. Vikram is back here and he is aware of this answer. Yes, we can use the inverse of that theorem, random. You are right. That would be a second approach. Now this is the next question, and why I have asked this particular question only you will get to know. I just want Vikram is already here. Vikram is not the new user. Raghavan saying x is equal to 90 by 10. What I am going to understand from this Raghavan, which is 9. If I'll be saying x is going to be 180 by 20, that is also going to give me 9. Right now? So write that much portion of the explanation which could get understood by everyone else. This is not going to get understandable by each one of them. Only I am getting it. Like it is 90 by 10. Okay, he got the answer from which concept. Brandon says you can get the BCD. BCD is equal to 45. How BCD is not going to be okay? Okay. I got you. How you are saying BCD? What angle is 10 degree? Okay, 10x is nothing but this. BE, arc measure of BE. This is 10. And I told you this is nothing but the angle subtended by the arc at the center. So if this is 10x, this is also going to be 10x, right? Now do it. Anyone with any other approach, because Adarsh has just mentioned his answer only. I want to know the approaches. I'm not looking for the answers, guys. We are not distributing any medals for the correct answer, right? Huh? So we are here to learn, and we'll learn only when you guys are going to give the answers along with the explanation. We can use sector formula. We are not going to VB. Yes, you are right. X9. Yes, Adarsh. Now, if you are saying so, yes, Vikram, you can explain. Raghavan has given the correct explanation. Thanks, Raghavan, for that. Correct. Alright, guys. Okay, I'll give the explanation now. Okay, as I said that this is 10x, right? This is the angle subtended by the arc at the center. So this is going to be half of it. This is going to be 5x for sure. Correct? Now using this, if I'm going to use this triangle, this BC is nothing but the diameter of the circle. So this is going to be perpendicular to the tangent at a point of contact. So now take this triangle, we have the angle 5x, 90 and 45. You can solve for the value of x directly. But this would be one of the approaches, right? What if I'm going to remove this? As BC was the diameter, the angle subtended by this arc is also going to be 180 because it is representing the semicircle. So this angle measure is 180. Now use the theorem that I just shared in the previous question. Like this angle, this 45 is half of the difference between these two arcs, right? So half of, you can write 180 minus 10x is going to be equal to 45. This is another approach. Using this also, you will be getting the answer as x is equal to 9 only. So that's the beauty of the geometry. I think that is clear to every one of you, I hope. Into it, right? 5x is equal to 45, so x is going to be 9. You are right. Guys, is this clear? Like this approach is clear. Previous one is clear to every one of you. I can see that. Yes, you are right. Right. Great. All right, thanks for that. If you are learning something new, that's more than enough. If any one of you is learning something new every day, so that's more than enough for me. Let's have the next question, guys. I'm going to give you one more question, and I'm hoping you guys are going to learn something new from that also. Let's have this one. Previous was not clear. Previous one, like for this question, wait a minute, guys. Wait. Uh, VV, yes. What you said? The first approach is not clear to you, is it? Second approach is clear. That 180 minus that one is clear. Okay, previous one. That is not clear. Okay, I told you that this is 10x, right? This is the angle subtended by the arc. 10x is given. So this angle measure of an arc is nothing but the angle subtended by the same arc at the center. So this is going to be 10x, correct? This is also going to be 10x. So we know there is a theorem which says that the angle subtended by the arc at the center, this is the arc, and the angle subtended by this arc at the center is 10x. And it says that the angle subtended by the arc at the center is double the angle subtended by the same arc at the circumference. So angle subtended by this arc at the circumference is this, right? So if this center angle is double of this, so if this is 10x, so this is going to be 5x. This is a theorem, right? So now see, if that angle is 5x and this BC is nothing, this is the diameter of the circle because it is passing through the center, and we know radius or diameter are perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. So this is 90 degree, right? So you can use this angle sum property and solve for x, correct? Now is it clear? If it is clear, then we'll move to that question because everyone else is waiting for the answer of that question only. Vivi, I'm waiting for. Indo says hi Indo. I'm asking for the first question. Okay, where the answer was 100. Okay, you write it after taking so much of time. I have explained this entirely. Okay, we'll go back to that question for sure. Wait a minute. Let's have this question. At the end of the session, I'll discuss that question. Don't worry about that. Okay, just remind me when I'm going to end that. This is the next question, guys, because we have so many of things to learn from this also. Not this one. Refresh your screen. We need to solve for the value of x and y, and I missed the comment. I think few of the comments are. Next question, Adashkar has says, okay. Vikram says x is 27/4. That's correct. Using 12 square is equal to 91. Okay. Tangent secant theorem. That's correct. Okay. Good to see that. So I'm waiting for the new participants to give the correct answer for this one. Yes, right. Tangent secant theorem, Vikram, is correct. Vikram, your explanation is correct. I've already gone through that. Okay, this is simple for every one of you. I can see that. So we'll move to the next question directly. I'm not going to give the explanation. I can see that every one of you can answer this easily, right? Let's have the next question. Let's have a better one. Now, for this question, guys, I do need the correct explanation along with the correct answer. I don't need any like random answers like this is the correct answer. For you guys, I'm going to mark the names also. If let's say this is A, this is B, this point is C, and this point is D, so that you can give the explanation accordingly. Don't write anything random. Yes, random. For the previous question, you can do that also. Now, this is the next question we need to solve for the value of x, guys. Just name the angles, whatever the angles you are going to find, name those angles and tell me the value of x. The only information which is given to you that it is a cyclic quadrilateral, and you need to solve for the value of x. Do they meet at B? Into tribe, you are asking for a is going to be 2 of x. Like Hariom, don't write a, because if I'm going to talk about a, this is going to be this angle. This entire angle is a, and you are talking for this particular angle, which is DAC or CAD, right? And however, Hariom, that is correct, not correct, because this is going to be half of 5x, not twice. Do line meet at B? Yes, these lines, this AB and this, they are meeting. I already told that all of the points are on the circumference of the circle, and the quadrilateral is ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Take your time. And guys, this is going to be the last question for today's session. So I want all of you to participate. No answers only. I'm not playing answers only here right now. I need the explanation, guys. He solved for COA, which is 180 minus 2x. DOC is going to be, DOC is already 5x. So DOA is going to be DOA is going to be 180 minus 3x. Okay. Meaning ADO is equal to 3 by 2x. Okay. That's right. But a bit lengthier one. Okay. X is 15. Tushar, you need to give the explanation for that. Duck is here after so long. Just join O2A. Yes, that is okay. I'll join O2A for you guys. Let's join O2A. Now do this. Yes, Duck, you are very late because Adarsh, you need to explain. Yes. This is going to be the last question, Duck. You are late. This can be done in many ways. Yes, you are right. There are multiple approaches for this problem, and I'm not going to share every one of it. I'll be explaining only one. And X is 18. Raghavan is just given answer. COA is twice of, yes. OAC is X as well. Correct, Raghavan. Yes, you are right. Alright, I can see that most of you are writing it correctly. Raghavan is also giving, hence AOC is 180 minus 2x. Okay. Great. DOA is 7x. DOA is 7x. DOA is not okay, or you are taking it as 12 and then okay, I got you. Great. You guys are doing something. Look, everyone is doing something. They are having some other kind of approach. VB and Duck, Raghavan, all of them are using something different approach, and That's the beauty of the geometry. I like it, guys. All right, guys. Thanks for your answers. I'm going to give the final explanation for this one for those who are still just waiting for my explanation only, because I know there are many users who are just waiting for my explanation so that they can get the answer. Raghavan, your explanation is correct. Monica is here right now. Okay, guys, let's see. First, I'm going to solve for this angle. As this is an isosceles triangle AOC, this is x, this is x, this is going to be 180 minus 2x, right? This angle is 180 minus 2x, correct? Let me just rewrite it as 180 minus 2x. Now this angle is 6x. D is going to be supplementary for this one. So if this is 6s, D is going to be 180 minus 6x. Because it is a cyclic quadrilateral, it is going to be 180 minus 6x. Now look for D carefully. D is this angle. And this angle is angle subtended by the same arc onto which we have the angle D, right? So this is the angle subtended by the same arc at the center. This is the angle subtended at the circumference. So this angle 180 minus 2x is going to be double of it. So I can write that 180 minus 2x is equal to double of 180 minus 6x. So using this, I can solve for the value of x directly, and the value of x is going to be 18. So all of those who have given the answer as 18, they are correct. All of them have used the different approaches. I can see that clearly, and that is commendable. So all else you can use, or you can find all of the angle here and use the complete angle property, whatever you want to do. You can draw the line here. You can solve for this angle also. That's completely on to you how you are going to solve this. What is your approach? That's completely yours, right? So 360 minus 12x is equal to 180 minus 2x. Yes, that's what I wrote, Azaz. You are right. Adarsh is correct. Monica is correct. All right, guys. So I hope all of you has got the correct answer. सर किसी एक कुछ स्टूडेंट का आदर्श जिसको डाउट था उसने तो बोला ही नहीं किसी एक कुछ स्टूडेंट को जो डाउट था आई विल एक्सप्लेन दैट क्वेश्चन विल गो बैक टू दैट क्वेश्चन ओनली गिव मी अ मिनट और वो स्टूडेंट यहाँ है भी क्योंकि तुम्हें तो डाउट ही नहीं था पहले लेट्स जस्ट कंफर्म दैट स्टूडेंट इज देयर हियर आई फॉरगॉट हिज नेम हु वाज इट someone was asking like for the question that we have discussed just before. Let me show you the question first. Maybe if he's here, then we'll discuss that, or else we'll call it a day directly. Okay, this was the question. Someone was asking for the explanation for this question again. So is that person is here? Yes, Azaz, you are right. That is also my channel. Yes, Duck, you did it before, but someone has asked for this question. I hope if he is here, just confirm Viviz if you are here right now, or else we can call it a day because I have already explained this question multiple times. We did it before in one of the previous streams, or not one, or I think I shared the solution 2 times, and I have shared different solution of different approaches every time. I think he is not here, Adarsh. That's a lot of care from your side. Okay, guys, we're not going to discuss this because we had the solution already. The answer for this particular question was 100, I told you. Okay, guys, then let's call it a day. Yes, asked by Viviz, but he is not here. Okay. For those who are curious, x is equal to 100. Yes, x is equal to 100. Duck, you are aware of it, I think, right? Alright guys, so let's call it a day. I hope to see you in the next one tomorrow at the same timing. We are going to have the next session tomorrow at the same timing. Maybe we are going to start by the time 7:15 to 7:30. You can recheck at that time, or you can turn on your notification. Sometimes YouTube doesn't send you the notifications, so I would recommend you to come online and check whether I'm online or not. We are going to have the session at the same timings. It could be 7:15, after 7:15, or by the time 7:30. 7:30 is the rush, right? Welcome random. Your participation matters the most for me, guys. Adarsh. Alright, Adarsh. Okay guys, then Vivis is here one. Vivis, you want me to explain this because I was about to end the session. Hi Vivis. Vivis, you want me to explain this one? Okay, I'll explain. Okay, what I did actually, I'll explain the same approach because you found it like you didn't understood that. This angle is 50 degree. Now I want answer from your side, Vivis. Just give me yes, yes, yes. Okay. What I'm just going to ask you step by step that you got up to here. So then just write yes. This angle is 50. Is that clear to you? Because we used exterior angle property, that exterior angle of a triangle is equal to sum of the two interior angles. Okay, this is 50. Now if this is 50, this arc is going to be double of it. Because if I'm going to say, look, if this is the arc, this is going to be the angle subtended at the circumference, right? One of the same thing. But there is a theorem other, like if there is a chord and a tangent, and the angle subtended by chord and tangent is here, then the arc measure of that arc subtended by that chord is going to be double of that angle. This is a theorem. So if this angle was 50, this entire arc up to this BD, this arc BD is going to be of 100 degree. Is this clear? Vivis, this is clear to you? Like how we got it as 100? I can give you one more approach. You guys don't worry about that. There we need not to use any like, yes, it will be 100. Okay. Now, let me just, this is 100 up to B to D. I'll mark the points only. Now see, this is 150. This is angle FDB, right? So this would be the angle subtended at the circumference, 115. So angle subtended by the arc at the center is going to be how much? Is going to be same as that of arc. As I mentioned in all of the question we have discussed, 2 to 3 questions I have discussed, that the angle subtended by the arc is same as the angle subtended by the arc at the center. So if this is 115, angle subtended at the center is going to be double of it. 115 and the double of it is going to be 230. Is it clear how we got it 230? We will. Is this clear? Angle subtended by the arc, look, this is going to be 230 now, so this arc is also going to be 230. Exterior angle BOF. Where BOF. Yes. I already mentioned it like this, right? Okay. Now we have this 230. This much portion is also done. We are left with this much arc only, this FD. So what is going to be its measure? This is 230, this is 100, it's going to be 230 plus 100, 330. So this much portion is going to be of 30 degree only, right? Because the entire complete circle is going to give you the angle of 360 degree, correct? So that is going to be 30. Is that clear? Okay, now what else? Now let's just erase this under. We are done with this part. Let's erase everything. And I told you that if there is a circle and there is a theorem for like secants, one tangent, one secant, two secants, they are intersecting. Like here it is a tangent. Like but that is applicable for everything. Like if there are two secants also, then the angle at an intersection, here it is x, angle at an intersection is going to be half of the difference between these intercepted arcs. So here, what are the intercepted arcs? Let me just highlight. If these are the lines, intercepted arc are these. This one is the intercepted arc, one is this, another is this fh. So difference, this is 230, this is 30. So x is going to be half of the difference between them, which is 230 minus 30. Right? So this is going to be 100 directly. I hope that is clear to you now. Too much to consider, you are getting like feeling it because you are not aware of those theorems maybe. But you can do one more thing. If you are aware of alternate segment theorem, if this approach is clear to you, I'll share you with one more approach with you. If I'm going to join this triangle, let's say this one. If this angle was 50, this is also going to be 50. Because this is the angle between tangent and chord, this is going to be same as the angle between the alternate segment. Now see this one, this is going to be easy for you, because if you are not good with arcs and you are good with the angle sum properties, then you are going to get it. You got this? This is going to be 50 for sure, because this is the angle between the tangent and chord, and this is the angle between the alternate segment. This is 50, is that clear? Okay, now if that is 50, can you solve for this angle? This is going to be for sure, this is going to be 15 degree. Correct? Using angle sum property, this is going to be 15. Is it clear? That was 50, this is 15. You got that? Okay. Now if this is 15, now look here carefully. This is also a chord. This one. Let me erase this one. I'll use some different color only. This is also a chord and this is a tangent. So this angle is also going to be 15. Angle between tangent and chord, as I got 50, same way I can get 15 for this. Vivi, is it clear? Like this is also, because this angle is 15, this is going to be same of this angle, right? This is the angle between, this is the chord and this is the tangent. So angle between chord and tangent, again this is also going to be 15. Vivi, is that clear? Great. So now you have this triangle. You can see you have two of the angles already, and this is an exterior angle. Using exterior angle property directly, that sum of two interior angle is equal to exterior angle. So x plus 15 is equal to 115. So x is going to be 100 directly. Okay. Life and joy. I would love to see you in the next session, because I have explained this for the third time and now I'm not going to explain it to anyone. If you are here, so we'll discuss this question some other day. You can take the screenshot. I'll erase everything. You can solve this. I have shared 3 approaches for this particular question only, right? Yes, F is a tangent point. Yes, I have mentioned that. Alright guys, so this was all for you. I am already late. I usually end the session by 8:30. Alright, I hope to see you guys in the next session. Till then, take care. Bye bye. I hope that is clear to you now. Welcome Adarsh. Yes, there are multiple approaches Adarsh. You can think any of them. It's okay. Life enjoy. I would love to see you in the next session. Tomorrow we are going to have the same session at the same timings, which is 7:30. So I hope to see you there. Some on the other day we are going to discuss the same problem and we'll discuss it in a better way. Welcome baby. Alright guys, have a good night. Take care. Bye bye.